Hi, this is Ric Moody from Dayton Commercial Realty. I am a commercial real estate broker, but I'm also an auctioneer. Today we're going to talk about using the auction method for selling real estate. Auctions have been around for a very long time. Sometimes it has been called the world's second oldest profession. Auctioneers sold the spoils of Rome when the government collapsed. During the Civil War, auctions were used by the generals in the military to sell the assets that had been captured. The generals would have the colonel conduct the auction. To this day, some auctioneers are called the honorary title colonel. Since I specialize in commercial real estate, I usually conduct auctions of commercial real estate or investment real estate. I get asked the question all the time, how will an auction benefit me? The real estate auction is a win-win proposal for everyone involved. The benefits to the seller: the buyers come prepared to buy. They know the property is going to sell that day. Quick disposal reduces the long-term carrying costs, including a mortgage, insurance, and taxes. Assurance that the property will be sold at the true market value. It exposes the property to a large number of pre-qualified prospects through different types of marketing that are not usually used during the normal marketing of real estate. An auction accelerates the sale. It is a call to action for a specific date and time. It creates competition among buyers, as auction prices can exceed the price of a negotiated sale. The auction requires potential buyers to pre-qualify for financing. The seller knows exactly when the property will sell. It eliminates numerous and unscheduled showings. Auctions take the seller out of the negotiation process, and it ensures an aggressive marketing program that will increase interest and visibility. And lastly, the property is sold where is as is, just in case that there are any maintenance or other problems with the property. We just talked briefly about the benefits to the seller. Now let's talk about the benefits to the buyer. Smart investments are made as properties are usually purchased at a fair market price through competitive bidding. The buyer knows the seller is committed to sell. In multi-property auctions, the buyer sees many offerings in the same place at the same time. Buyers determine the purchase price. Auctions eliminate the long negotiation periods. Auctions also reduce the time to purchase the property. Purchases and closing dates are known. Buyers know they are competing fairly at the same time and same terms as other buyers. Buyers receive comprehensive information on the property via due diligence package. Now that you're aware of the benefits of the seller and the buyer using auctions, now let's discuss the different types of real estate auctions. First is an absolute auction, or also called an auction without a reserve. In this type of auction, the property is sold to the highest bidder, regardless of price. Since everybody knows the property is going to be sold that day, buyer excitement and participation are heightened. The absolute auction also generates the maximum response from the marketplace. Many sellers, including financial institutions and government agencies, have begun to use this method more frequently because they can dispose of the property in a timely manner. Another type of auction method is the minimum bid auction. The auctioneer will accept bids at or above a published minimum price. The minimum price is always stated in the marketing information. There is reduced risk for the seller as the sales price must be at or above the minimum acceptable level. The buyer knows that they will be able to buy at or above the minimum. This method may limit interest in the property as minimum bid may be more than the public is willing to pay. The last type is the reserve auction, or also known as an auction subject to confirmation. In this scenario, the high bid actually has been reduced to an offer to purchase. Since a minimum bid is not published, the seller reserves the right to accept or reject the highest bid. The main disadvantage of a reserve auction is that the prospective buyers may not invest the time or expense of the due diligence when there is no certainty the property will be sold. A number of auctioneers will not conduct reserve auctions, mainly because of all the hard work and effort by the auctioneer leading up to the auction day, that there is no certainty of compensation. Thank you for watching and learning more about using the auction method for real estate. If you have any questions or want to talk about your specific property, don't hesitate to pick up a phone and give me a call. I would love to help. I am Ric Moody from Dayton Commercial Realty. We are your place for space. Thanks.